It was a bright morning in Sentul City when we arrived at the massive blue and yellow structure that has become an icon of modern retail. Our mission wasn't just to shop, but to observe, to peel back the layers of IKEA's strategy and understand why this place pulls in crowds from Jakarta and beyond. We were entering not just a store, but a carefully constructed psychological landscape designed to guide our every step. As we stepped inside, the first thing that hit us was the atmosphere. It wasn't chaotic like a traditional market. It was curated. We were immediately swept into their famous one-way flow system, a brilliant application of the place element in their marketing mixer labyrinth that forces you to walk past every single showroom, ensuring that no product goes unseen. You don't just walk a straight line. You go on a journey through different living possibilities. Looking around, we began to see the faces of the people this place was built for. The crowd was dominated by millennials, roughly 25 to 35 years old young couples holding hands, pointing at sofas, perhaps imagining their first shared home. They weren't just looking for furniture, they were looking for identity. They wanted things that were functional yet stylish, minimalist yet warm, the very definition of the Scandinavian design ethos IKEA sells. We paused at a living room vignette to watch a young family. This is where the physical evidence of the 7P mix shines. The showroom didn't feel like a warehouse. It felt like a real home. The lighting was warm, the layout logical. It allowed customers to touch the fabrics and sit on the chairs, bridging the gap between imagination and reality. It's a tactile experience that digital shopping simply can't replicate, triggering an emotional connection that whispers, "I need this." Then our eyes drifted to the price tags. IKEA plays a clever game here. We noticed the bold yellow tags shouting promotions and the clear communication of value. It's not just about being cheap, it's about the perception of fairness. We saw the do-it-yourself reminders everywhere, subtly telling customers, "You save money because you do the assembly." It's a psychological trade-off that makes the customer feel smart and accomplished while keeping prices competitive. Walking deeper into the market hall, the staff, the people element, were unobtrusive yet available. They weren't hovering like aggressive salespeople. Instead, they stood ready at information stations, knowledgeable and polite, waiting for us to ask. This builds trust. It makes the customer feel in control of the process, which is crucial for the modern shopper who values autonomy but dislikes friction. As we approached the final leg of the journey, the checkout area, we saw the process in action. It was designed for speed, but also for one last temptation. The shelves lining the queue were stocked with small, low-cost items: candles, frames, kitchen tools. It's the impulse buy zone. We watched as carts that were meant to hold just a table suddenly filled up with these little extras. The layout had done its job. It had maximized the basket size right at the finish line. Finally, the smell of food wafted through the air, pulling us toward the cafeteria. This isn't an accident. It's a retention strategy by offering good food like their famous meatballs. IKEA ensures customers don't leave when they get hungry. They stay longer, they relax, and often they shop more. It transforms a chore into a leisure activity, a day out, rather than just a transaction. Leaving the store, we realized that the success of IKEA Sentul City isn't magic. It's a disciplined execution of the 7P marketing mix, from the strategic layout to the friendly staff, from the minimalist product design to the efficient checkout. Every element is engineered to satisfy the specific desires of the Indonesian urban middle class. They don't just sell furniture, they sell a better everyday life, one flat pack box at a time.